Elijah discovered before he went to the place of prayer that the 450 prophets were standing to back up Ahab and 400 extra to back up Jezebel, 850. Elijah could see to the realms of the spirit that these people are not taken out, the fulfillment of that prophecy will be in doubt. These men so trusted in the powers they had. Elijah said, let's go to Mount Carmel for a contest and let's bring down fire. They said, no problem. It is well spoken. We agree. Is it fire? We agree. What gave them the impetus, the audacity, the mendacious audacity, the temerity, the sagacious impudence to reply with so much bravado, so much confidence? They said, it is well spoken. No problem. Why? They were used to bringing down fire before. They brought down fire for fun. But there is fire and there is the Holy Ghost fire. There is fire for charms and there is fire from God. Fire is the nature of God, is the character of God. He says that God that answers by fire. Fire is the language, is the communication of God. Fire is the culture of God. Whenever heaven answers by fire. And the Bible said, they said it is well. So they were so sure. When they got there, they were disappointed. What am I saying? If you studied through, you discovered that as soon as Elijah took them out, he went to pray. As he prayed, fire came. Every manifestation is contended by elements that must be terminated, or else results will not be in view. The angel of the Lord picked him and they began to have conversation. And he said, thou mighty man. A boy was called a man. Encounter matures men. Encounter matures men. A boy was called a man. Encounter matures men. Where did Moses school? Where did he learn delegation or leadership from? That he could lead 2 million people. Encounter matures men. David was 30 years when he sat on the throne. And sat on the throne and he ruled well. Encounter matures men. Where did Joseph learn science from? That he could preserve cucumber for 7 years. Preserve pepper for 7 years. Preserve tomato without decadence. Just by an encounter, he was kept in charge of storage. He stored everything for 7 years. He stored that. He was not a scientist, but encounter inspires. Encounter matures. Elijah has given a prophecy. He said there will not be dew nor rain. Sir, it is easy to say no rain, but how do you say no dew? There will not be dew nor rain, but according to my word. That was braggadocious arrogance. That was audacity wearing muzzles. For a man to say that there will not be dew nor rain, but not the word of the Lord, according to my word. He said that and walked away. 1 year, 2 years, he had said 3.5 years. When he got to 3.5 years, there needed to be manifestation and fulfillment of the prophecy. There needed to be manifestation and fulfillment. Don't forget, every word that is spoken will be contended. Satan will not fight the spoken word. He will fight the manifested word. Anything said over you, the devil will keep quiet. But as soon as it is said, then Satan will contend its manifestation. When God said, let my people go, and they came out of the land of bondage, they came out of the place of slavery, they came out of the land of the hidden, they came out of the land of the undefiled, yet Pharaoh had kept them 430 years. They were trapped, they were quarantined, they were garaged and kept on that spot. And a word was spoken that they will be out of bondage. Satan came and he contended that word. It moved from 400 to 430. Even at 430, he took 10 plagues to let them go free. The Bible says when the Lord appeared, a prophet came, then an angel came. A prophet came. When he came, an angel also came. Prophets are carriers of angels. To miss the prophet is to be bankrupt of his angel. A prophet came, an angel came. Whenever a prophetic word is released, an angelic reward goes with it. whenever you see a prophet, sir, God embodies himself in